All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about this elusive Model Y standard range, and we'll talk about the reasons why Tesla hasn't brought this vehicle back officially for either $59,990 or $61,990, or basically cheaper than the current Model Y long range. We'll talk about some of the reasons. Of course, I'll show you exactly where you can get one today if you absolutely want the cheapest Model Y standard range actually available, and why it actually might make sense for some of you to actually get it instead of a long range because of how you can charge the battery up and stuff like that, and different schematics with stuff like that. But we're going to talk about the Model Y standard range and why Tesla just has not, some reasons why they haven't brought it back yet. But before we get into that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on a Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Calendly link down below in the description if you want to schedule a one-on-one call with me, but more on that later. All right, so let's take a look at this elusive Model Y standard range. It does exist out there. It came out pretty briefly in April 12th of 2022, but unfortunately it was released to like employees only, and also maybe some lucky people that were able to get it around that time. But when it first launched in April of this year, it had a starting price of $60,000, and of course, it came with a different battery, a shorter range, and all that stuff. But today, you can actually get this vehicle if you live in these certain markets, if you absolutely want it. So this is waitingfortesla.com. It's a third-party aggregator site that shows new vehicles that are available for sale. And you can see right here, there's one in Texas with 6 miles for $63,990. There's another one in Burbank, California, not too far, that has 9 miles on it, not a demo. These are both brand new for $64,990. And these actually get that $3,750 discount as well if you're interested in a vehicle like this. So this is basically the cheapest Model Y that you can get at the moment for 62 and some change. So $62,690 after that $3,750 discount. Plus you get the 10,000 supercharger miles on top of that, which is about $1,000 valuation on that. But let's talk about why Tesla, like, these vehicles exist and the inventory exists as well. You can actually get it amongst like the 400 Model Ys that are available. But why Tesla, like, why haven't they brought this vehicle to the market yet? And there's really only, it boils down to a couple different reasons why. And the first one is that I feel like the reason why they haven't brought this vehicle back yet is because they're kind of holding it in their back pocket. They want to wait until this tax credit situation kind of irons out to see what happens next year. And they want to kind of hold this in the back pocket because if this vehicle qualifies for $3,750 or even $7,500, it will be a market leader among some of the other competitors out there, like the Lexuses, the BMW, the Audis, with that same, or Mercedes, that same similar price SUV with a lower range. So they could be a market leader if they come out with this vehicle plus that extra tax credit. The other reason why they probably haven't come out with this vehicle yet officially is because they don't want to cannibalize sales and revenues. Because think about it, right? A bunch of people are probably still in this quarter of the month or even this year that potentially might have orders in the queue for a long range, or potentially are thinking of trying to get a long range Model Y, which has a starting price of $66,000. So why would they come out with this vehicle just yet? Because there's probably a portion of people that would love to switch to a Model Y standard range because it's probably just enough for them, and they could save a little bit of money in this like changing environment that we're in right now. Because if you were to stack kind of the Model Y long range versus the Model Y standard range, back to back in terms of range statistics and stuff like that. So the Model Y long range, so follow along with me here. The Model Y long range has a EPA range estimate of 330, right? So, but at the same time, you're not supposed to charge any the long range Teslas all the way up to 100% every single day. So you're actually supposed to charge anywhere from 80 to 90% on a daily use basis. So let's say, for instance, you're doing 90% of 330 miles. That's actually an actual mile range rated on the screen or the data at 297 miles. But the difference with a standard range battery, especially with the Model 3 and the Model Y standard range, is that you can actually charge this up to 100% on a daily use. And supposedly, according to Tesla, this doesn't harm the battery because it's like an LFP chemistry makeup or whatever of the battery. So 297 charged up to 90% on the Model Y long range versus 269. I mean, that's not really much of a delta or difference. That's 28 miles or basically 10%. So this really brings that kind of range, that total range, usable range, much closer. Of course, it's a different case if you do a lot of road trips and a lot of driving to like Vegas and back, or New York to Maryland or whatever, then of course that's going to make a huge difference here. But for most of us that don't do that type of commute every single day, that could be another reason why, Tesla doesn't want to bring this back into the market yet, because it's going to cannibalize Model Y long range sales. So really the two reasons are, there's a tax credit on the horizon. They're kind of holding this in their back pocket if they need to. They don't want to announce it early if they don't need to, because they feel like a lot of people will probably switch from a long range to a standard range if they could save the money, and because it makes a lot of sense to just drive a standard range at the end of the day. But let me know you guys' thoughts on this. Do you think there's other reasons why Tesla hasn't brought this Model Y standard range? I mean, officially you can get this vehicle. Like, there's 2 vehicles right now that you can buy right now, but for some reason Tesla hasn't announced it on their website. You can't even get it as a custom order, and you just literally cannot get it. So I mean, there's got to be another reason why they're not fully announcing this just yet. Like right now, there's only long range and performance. So I really think they're kind of holding this in the back pocket to really just compete against all the other manufacturers out there in that low or mid to high $50,000 range, because the Model Y standard range will probably come into that price range, especially if there's some sort of tax credit or something like that. But let's get into some questions and see what's up with everybody and how we're doing today. But Alberto, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. I know you say stay away from old Model 3s. What is the oldest year you would buy? That's a great question. So the Model 3 actually came out in 2017 as their first model year. I would 100% stay away from those. 2018, I would probably stay away from that. And the oldest is probably around 2019. Of course, the newer, the better, 2020, 2021, and 2022, if you can get up there. But definitely not the 2017, 2018s, that's for sure. I would just keep being patient, waiting for the best deal or that right deal to come by, and then you can definitely just snipe one if you can. Flightbug Games, thanks for the video. No, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Definitely check out my calendar link down in the description if you're interested in scheduling a call. But thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.